Today we're going up against the Miami Heat, and I did good in practice, but I didn't make it all for the practices because practice that we was doing it was making layups and dunks. So I only made 5 out of 19, and that's horrible. But at least I'll try to put in the effort. But yeah, man, we're going up against the Miami Heat. That's enough of me talking about what's going on, and just want to know what y'all been doing on the rest of the day. And yeah, man, that's enough of me talking. Hopefully y'all enjoy the video. Hopefully y'all enjoy the video, man.
That big of a deal. And a little bit longer than it could have been. Now a chance, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. A starting 5 on the floor. On the floor for Miami. Wade out of the way with Granger. Nick Roberts at the 4. And Bosch at center. And it's full in the 1 spot. Now here is Harris. 6 on the shot clock. Now here's Odie. And he hits it just before the shot clock expires. Oladipo's got the first points on the scoreboard for the National. Let's catch up with Doris from the sideline.
Yes, Kevin, I spoke briefly with Eric Spoelstra. They're looking to break the tie on this season series, and I asked him what he thought might be a key factor. He said it always seems to come down to getting a stop. Again, either our hands open and set shots, or as we often do, even send them back. That's how we'll win this game. Sounds like a plan, Kevin.
Thanks, Doris. As Doris provided the details, guys, the way they plan to attack defensively will be key early on, won't it?
Yeah, and early is the key word there, Kevin. If they can string together some shots right away, I think it'll really set the tone. Which is just what they're going to be after, guys. They love to turn this into a defensive battle.
Now here's Baker, following the miss by Chris Bosh. Stolen by Granger. And here's a fast break. Granger leading the way. All going up court and stolen by Fry. Hayden drives in. Here's Oladipo. Oh, and he can't cap off the break.
You know, one thing you have to give Coach Eric Spoelstra credit for is he's not wedded to just one approach. I like his ability to be flexible. Remember after the 2011 finals game, he really went back to the drawing board and changed Miami's offense to the small ball approach, but also wanted to give LeBron inside the ball. The result has been a couple of championship rings.
Here are the Magic now. The Heat getting the bucket. 5 on the clock. Baker gets to Harris. And it's good. With time running down to the shot clock. First quarter of ball. Still can't get in. Heat outside. He gets to Granger. Orlando grabs the miss. Harris has got his third rebound tonight. Oladipo dishes to Baker. And Fry slams it in.
I love the use of the bounce pass there. Perfect feed.
The Heat trail by 4. Into this first quarter, about 3 minutes played. Wade kicks to Cole. That falls. Nice feed that time from Dwayne Wade. Cole's got his second bucket of the night. Peyton passes to Harris. Pass it to Oladipo. Peyton left side. Clock at 6. Shot no good. And Miami the other way. Philadelphia.
And there's no question what the overriding factor was in that game, Clark. It was the big edge they had on the glass.
Well, the level of energy they had in the win, Steve, was what impressed me. I mean, it was lacking on the other side, and it really showed through the rebounding numbers.
Now, here's Oladipo. His last outing, he had 8 points. Here's Harris. The step back jumper is good.
That's decent work there. Find a little space and pull the trigger.
Here's Cole. He's coming off a 13-point game against Philadelphia. And it's Wade penetrating. Gets the 14-footer to fall. Wade's got his first bucket of the night.
Risky shot there. Size-wise, it would be easy. It comes out on the short end of the stick, so to speak.
With a nice high release, he had no problem getting it off and knocking it down.
Gordon's checked in for Fry. Harkless comes in for Tobias Harris. Gordon's checked in for Victor Oladipo. And Harris subbed in for Bates.
All right, Mario Chalmers. Outside is an A minus. Perimeter defense is a B minus. Still is an A minus. Playmaking is a B. Okay.
Orlando lead. Harris with him. In the game against Philadelphia, very impressive. Gordon dishes to Harris. He feeds it to Harkless. Harris setting the pick for Harkless. Just fine to shoot. Harris kicks to Harkless. Vucevic trying to get over. Whoops, there's the 24-second shot clock violation, so they'll turn it over. Let's take a look at some of the leaders in the NBA. These point guards have been shooting lights out during the last month. We take a look at Harris, leading the league in field goal percentage. He always gets good looks.
And that percentage is what you'd hope to get from one of your big men. To get from a guy who spends most of his time on the perimeter, that's phenomenal.
Yeah, Steve, he has been a laser. That's what coaches call dead-eye shooters. Laser. His number one job is to create looks for his teammates. And as you can see by that percentage.
Oh, Napier. I remember him, man. That was something serious.
Here's Harris.
Napier? Napier used to be a sniper, man.
Well, he'd have gone 50% from the field to this point, 4 of 8.
Here we go with Napier again.
Napier passes to Chalmers. Looking for Anderson, he gets a bit. They give them the lead.
Wow. There's Birdman right there.
Yeah, me too, Clark. I think anytime you have success pounding the ball inside, you got to continue to go to the well.
Birdman.
Chris Anderson, the Birdman.
Yep, Birdman, man.
I think they got a steal in this veteran big man. I mean, he's got tremendous bounce. He bangs the glass. He's a rim protector. And he finishes with force and finesse sometimes.
And Chris Anderson, certainly one of the more colorful characters in the league. Always a fan favorite. Energy. It's just a great fit on this Miami defense that's built around quickness and athleticism.
Has the Granger. 16 feet away. And Anderson picks the Chalmers. Tipped away. Goes up again. And it's blocked by Gordon. Chalmers against Gordon. And the basket by Chalmers. Chalmers has got his first points in this one. There's 10 seconds left here in the first quarter. Harris dishes to Gordon. 1 second left. And he gets it to go. It's all tied in Orlando. After this break, we'll be back with the start of the second quarter on 2K Sports.
This Friday night, February 27th, Nikola Vucevic and the Orlando Magic take on Paul Millsap and the Atlanta Hawks. Live from Atlanta, you don't want to miss it.
Welcome back, folks. We have a close game here at the
games, the shooters will be looking around for the shot blockers because of what's happened in this quarter.
Orlando with the ball. The Heat beat them last time when these two teams met down in South Florida.
And in that first matchup, they got absolutely manhandled on the boards, guys. So they're going to have to do a much better job tonight in the game if they're going to win this game.
On the court for Miami here in the second. Chalmers and D-Wade are the guards. The Crowders at the four. The Boston and it's Granger at the three.
He was one step ahead of the defense when he fired that pass for the assist.
Back what Steve just said, in terms of rebounding, they did not have a good time of it when they scored off previously.
And once things started to go bad for them, guys, they did go bad. I mean, they were that much less aggressive on the glass, so that's a no-win formula.
Here's McRoberts, just four to shoot. Here's Bosch, and there's 2 points. Working on the glass, paying off that time. She's got it all tied up now for the Heat. Here's Orlando now. After this game wraps up, they're off to Atlanta where they'll take on the Hawks. That will be a getaway game for them, a 1-game road trip. Let's go to our sideline reporter, Doris Burke. Doris, what do you have?
Well, Kevin, as you know, Dwayne Wade has one of the best pump fakes in the NBA. And he'll tell you he picked it up from Sam Cassell. Of course, you remember Sam was playing in Milwaukee when Wade was at Marquette in the same town. Wade knows how hard it is to deal with pump fakes. I like too, not as much, but guys get me. I get mad every time because I'm like, that's my move. It's back to you.
Yeah, he's a piece of work, isn't he? Thank you, Doris. Now here's Bosch. After Mo Harkless shoots. Here's McRoberts. This is off the right line.
Well, you can see why the defense is willing to let him take that shot. That's really not his range.
Harkless.
Ah.
That's a miss.
He's always going to have a
Oh, that's crazy.
like that.
And Chalmers kicks to Wade. Puts the fade away right on the
Wow, man.
Wade's got the lead up to 2 now for Miami.
And you can feel that the pattern of this game, guys, they're working it inside, dominating in the paint, getting good shots at the goal.
Well, 4 of the last 5 matches have been exactly that variety.
Here's Fournier. Hasn't scored yet. That I'm sure will change. Here's Harris. And we're now a little over 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. Wade outside. Bosch sets the pick for Wade. Hits the bunch. Back to Wade. Scola. Pushing it up. Here's Harris. And so we have to trip to the line. Officials on the contact and they'll shoot 2. And now the 2K leaderboard. A list of the teams that have rebounded the ball tremendously over the last 10 games. In fourth, the Heat.
Yeah, what a show of strength and rebounding we've seen recently. These guys playing extremely physically.
First trip to the line for him here. And that drops, so the now beat by 1. Orlando making some changes. Fry comes in for Gordon. And it's Oladipo in for Fournier. Norris Cole, he's checked in for Miami. And Harris drops the ball.
For the Miami Heat, since the big three assembled have been a polarizing team. Some fans rooted for them, others rooted against them. Either way, they've been an incredible story for the league and become just a huge draw around the NBA.
Here's Cole, averaging 10 points per contest. Wade with no one around, and he sinks the shot coming off a strong pick.
Great job of utilizing that screen and finding space to knock down the jumper. Good basketball.
Harris passes to Oladipo. Just under 3.5 minutes played here in the second quarter. Puts one up, and he lays it up and in. Oladipo's got his second bucket.
Yeah, not just an everyday finish. You can put a little pizzazz on that one, guys.
Wade drives in, and that one's good.
I'll tell you what, the defender didn't even get a sniff of him on that move to the hoop.
Orlando, they've gone 3 of their first 5 shots to drop here in the second quarter. Harris dishes to Harkless. That's a go from the wing. That's short off the rim.
He's one guy the defense is not afraid to leave open from that range, for obvious reasons.
And Cole kicks to Bosch. And he drops it in from the low post. Bosch has got 4 this quarter.
Boy, such outstanding patience and decision making for them offensively.
Yeah, absolutely. Their ball movement has been outstanding. They are piling up the assists.
Orlando making some changes. Vucevic checked in for Harris. Gordon comes in for Maurice Harkless. And it's Peyton in for Harris. And then for Miami, Chris Anderson is checked in for Bosch. Haslam comes in for Josh McRoberts. And it's Napier in for Danny Granger. Now, here's Fry, averaging 9 points per contest. This is to Oladipo. Shot clock at 6. And it's Haslam with the rebound. For Miami, they've gone 5 of 7 from the field here in the second.
Victor Oladipo played for the same college coach as Dwayne Wade. And their games actually draw some comparisons. Both are 6'4", strong, huge wingspans, and explosive athletes with that ball handling ability. I think Oladipo has a great future.
Now here's Peyton, looking for his first basket still in this one. Gordon kicks to Peyton. Anderson against Oladipo. On the line, Anderson with the block. And he gets it back. And they turn over the 24-second buzzer, signaling the shot clock violation. Miami's gone 0-2 from deep here in the second. And Oladipo, an all-around player, he can rebound. Vance, he can defend, he can block shots.
And again, you see the parallel with Dwayne Wade, although not as tall, quite as long as Wade. His charisma and passion will remind you a bit of Dwayne Wade in terms of his game. I like his game too. It's nice basketball, man. We can do a lot with that when he gets going.
Little rhythm.
Yes,
Here
sir.
comes Oladipo.
There you go.
There you go.
There you go.
And that one falls for Wade. And Wade drops them both. The Magic trail by 4. They can use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too good, Kev. I mean, too many empty trips. They need some more.
There's a 4-second difference from the shot clock to the game clock. Gordon goes in, and lots of contact there. Missing the shot, he'll shoot 2. That's on Chris Anderson. The Magic have been perfect at the line so far, albeit just 2 for 2.
Well, they're doing okay as the season goes on. They're shooting about 76% as a team.
And the first one at the line is good. And good on the second, so hits them both.
Yeah, they're getting to the line an awful lot this quarter, and it's not an accident. They've been very aggressive.
Yeah, it's been very intentional. I mean, they pick up the aggression and it could get them out of this hole.
Oh, man, that was unreal.
Mark it up. Talk about putting something extra on it. That dunk was way over the top.
Close game or not, but he's going to finish firm when he gets the space.
Still, it's startling that he even tried that right now.
Second quarter ends in a tight one. Heat lead by 4. And now we'll send it down to Doris Burke, who's standing by courtside.
Well, with their exposure, and obviously, Coach, some great work tonight on the defensive side of the ball. How does the team's defense play into your offense?
It just energizes us. We have an incredible move. And that's how we play. So we have to continue to stay the course and try to keep all the 2-point line as best as we can.
Eric, thank you. Kevin, over to you.
Thank you so much, Doris. Great interview as always. Don't go anywhere, folks. We'll be back with the second half of basketball shortly.
Okay, guys, we got a few minutes here. Let's go over a few things before we get going again. For the most part, we played an intelligent first half. Our passing has been crisp. We haven't given the ball away, and that's big because we can't afford turnovers. Those will kill us. I did like the scoring punch we got off the bench. That heated things up for us when we had to have a little something extra. And what I want to see more than anything is everyone working together to get open looks. Let's use picks. Let's keep the ball moving around. And when we get someone free, let's get it to them. This game shouldn't be as close as it is. We're the better team. You know it, I know it, and they know it. Now let's get out there and prove it.
Here we go now, the start of the third quarter. Welcome you back, and of course we contested first half so far. Wayne Wade really has his fingerprints all over this one.
I know we've said this many times before, but I'll say it again. He had a great first half, just an explosive offensive display there.
At the end of the day, I wouldn't be surprised if we're talking about what a great second half he had. He can usually keep it going for all 4 quarters.
And at the 2-3, it's Oladipo and Tobias Harris. Ryan Vucevic is the power forward in center, and it's Peyton in at the point. That's the group for Shaq Vaughn getting going here in the second half. Granger against Harris. Granger passes to Wade. 6 to shoot. Here's Cole. From outside, off the mark.
That much space off the deck. You gotta dump that in.
Yeah, you got to make that. I mean, that's a high-quality shot you should make 9 out of 10 times.
Now let's send it to Doris on the sideline.
Well, Kevin, with teams selling for billions and a new TV deal on the way, NBA business is certainly booming. Some big players signing huge contracts. That'll increase as the growing revenue raises the salary cap. Guys, one executive said, quote, players who got paid the max this year are going to be bargains on the back end of their deal. Back to you.
Teams are playing ahead of Doris. Thanks. Granger misses. For Orlando, they won their last contest. That game against the 76ers.
Nikola Vucevic has a basketball pedigree. I mean, it's pretty impressive. His father played professionally in Europe for more than 2 decades, including for the Yugoslavian national team. His mother was a player as well. So you might say his DNA was set up to play the game.
Just a little over 90 seconds going in the third quarter. Nick Roberts Chalmers dishes to Bunch. And McRoberts kicks to Granger. Off the pit. And that one's good. Granger's got the game tied up here for Miami.
You know, the defense didn't exactly try to fight around that screen, and that's why it turned into the easy basket.
Hit by Vucevic. Payton passes to Vucevic. Feeds it to Oladipo. Vucevic's screen on Wade. Lock at 6. Goes against Bosch. Miami grabs the miss. Second half of play was just under 2.5 minutes gone. Here's Cole. And there's the feet to Wade. That one goes. No. Wade's got 12 in the game.
It's really hard not to notice the difference in the passing of these two teams today.
Yeah, look at the discrepancy in this, the assist column between these two teams.
Orlando going with almost entirely new group. Gordon's checked in for Vucevic. Reese Harkless comes in for Channing Frye. Fournier's checked in for Victor Oladipo. And Harris subbed in for Payton. And Mike. And Orlando has possession. Trailing by 2. Fournier dishes to Harris. Unloads. Once again off the mark, Orlando. Miami's gone 0-2 from deep to start things here in the second half. And Cole kicks to McRoberts. Chalmers pass to Bosch. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle, a lot of contact.
Chris Bosh, in some ways, has been the overlooked, underrated member of the Big Three in Miami, but extremely valuable. A nice complimentary scorer and understated defensively. But with LeBron gone now, he becomes more of a focal point offensively.
And so Bosch nails both of them. And Chris Bosh posted up a lot more, it seemed, with Clark and Toronto and Miami. He become primarily a face-up threat.
And I think that's where he's most comfortable, Kevin. More of a slender build. He takes advantage of his quickness more than his strength, so facing up is really where he's been most effective.
And the basket hits. Just over 3.5 minutes through the third quarter of play now. Harris against Chalmers. Here is McRoberts. He's had some playing time, but no scoring yet from him. Pocket 6. Here's Granger, and he lays it straight in. Granger's got the lead up to 4 now for the Heat. Orlando, they've gone 4-7 to get things started here in the second half. Harris outside. And the pass to Harris. On downtown. A rebound by McRoberts. McRoberts has got 4 rebounds in this game. Cole dishes to Chalmers. And it's good. Now it's a 6-point Miami lead.
Boy, the D has to show a little more fight on the interior than they did on that trip. They've got a battle inside.
Well, this game has been tough, Clark. I mean, they're getting after it. They're starting to run a little bit low on energy, possibly.
Should be out of bounds. The Magic will retain possession.
In a tough league like the NBA, here's where Miami sits right now in the league ranking. 3rd in steals, 7th in opponent field goal percentage. They're in the top 10 in rebound. This is a team that does a good job getting on the glass.
Yeah, let's go back to those steals for a second, Clark. I think that's such a key aspect for this team's success because when they get out and really pressure teams and force mistakes, that allows them to get easy shots at the other end offensively.
Nobody near Granger. That's good. So Chalmers with the assist. Chalmers has got his 3rd assist on the night. Clark David struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a little bit of cottonmouth here. Dry spell for sure.
Marcus kicks to Harris. Shot from the top of the key. Can't get it to go. Raj with some nice D.
He is just full of his ice. I think he's going to be the one to help him cut into the lead. You got to put bodies on the glass right there. They just are not getting it done on the board.
Yeah, they've got to do a much better job of going harder than that to the glass.
Catching up on the changes for Orlando. Vucevic checked in for Harris. And Gordon subbed in for Fournier. And then for Miami, Chris Anderson is checked in for Bosch. Anselm comes in for Josh McRoberts. And it's Napier in for Cole. Napier passes to Anselm. Chalmers pushes to Anselm. 6 on the shot clock. Pass to Napier. And the shot is good. And the Heat lead by 7.
Excellent ball movement there, guys.
Yeah, I think that's what's key this run, Clark, because they're keeping the ball moving. Defense hasn't been able to set up.
Harris kicks to Vucevic. Harris passes to Gordon. From out of the wing, he knocks it down. Gordon's got 6. Leaves it up. No good. And we've watched 3 so far in this one. Heat out front, leading by 5. And right after this, we'll bring you the start of the final quarter right here on 2K Sports. Next Sunday evening, March 1st, Al Jefferson and the Charlotte Hornets take on Nikola Vucevic and the Orlando Magic. The clash in the Southeast. Don't miss it. And it's time now to bring you our State Farm assist of the game.
This was an exceptional pass, guys, and we see the result. It's an in stride and bam, slam dunk.
Heat leading by 5. On the floor for Miami starting the 4th. Carrying up the backcourt. Napier and Wade. Chris Anderson out there with Henderson. And it's Granger in at the small forward. Napier kicks to Wade. Just 5 on the clock. Here's Granger. That one a little long. Wade with the ball. On the dish to Oladipo. To the middle. Here's Fry, and he snaps it. There it is, guys. That Olay defense. Just punching Oklahoma right by.
I think we might be seeing which team is ready to take control of this game.
Yeah, that's a dunk that could absolutely get them going. I agree, Clark.
Granger picks to Nate. With his first shot attempt. That one wide left.
Looked like an easy 2-1 right there.
You know he's kicking himself for that.
Pass it to Oladipo. Gordon dishes to Oladipo. He kicks it to Payton. He feeds it to Gordon. To tie it up. Rebound by the Heat. Haslam's got 3 rebounds so far in the game. Granger inside the line. Another miss by Granger.
Even though he isn't having the best of game from the floor, it hasn't seemed to hurt.
A little movement in the rim and laid it in. Great play.
The Heat with the lead. Harris checked in for Orlando. And then for Miami, Chris Bosch is checked in for Anderson. Josh McRoberts comes in for Udonis Haslam. And it's Norris Cole in for Napier. Doris Burke has some information for us. Doris?
Thanks, guys. I got a chance to hear what Eric Spoelstra was saying to his team. And with the game still very much in play, he sounded very confident, telling the players, don't let up. This is where we make our move. Right now. Go take it. Kevin?
And it's Granger penetrating from the Atlanta action. And the Heat lead by 3.
I love it when a player like this shakes off a cold first half and comes back strong like he has, showing a lot of confidence in his game.
For Miami, they've gone 1 of 4 since the end of the third quarter. Here's McRoberts. It's blocked. Oladipo against Bosh. Kept alive. Vucevic with the bucket.
You could say that again. Say the defenders just aren't aggressive enough down low.
Here's Cole. Second chance effort. And Bosh with the layup.
That's some grit and determination in the coach. Essential qualities to have late in a close game.
Exactly. And this is the time to attack on the interior and generate those easy opportunities.
Granger outside. And he finishes nicely on the layup. And now a 5-point Heat lead. And an important part of every team's game. A look at the hustle stats for the Heat.
We've seen them make that extra effort rotating from the weak side, closing out on their airspace, sending shots back.
They repeatedly got down on the break tonight as well and scored a lot of baskets in transition.
Fourth quarter keeps moving right along. 3 minutes run so far. Payton passes to Oladipo. Vucevic set the bid for Oladipo. Some nice ball movement by the Magic. That's it. Coming off an assist from Payton. And 6 points for Victor Oladipo. Miami leading by 3. And it's Wade penetrating. Here's Cole. Bosh kicks to Granger. Wade against Oladipo. Wade dishes to Cole. Off on the layup. The Magic have gone 4 of 8 in this fourth quarter, shooting at even 50% from the field. Stolen by Bosh. And here we go. Fast break. Granger's got it. It's stolen by Oladipo. Shot opportunity. Fry. Good. And now just a 1-point Heat lead.
Had a great read of where that finish was going. That allowed him to be the first guy to it and get the putback.
The Magic making a switch here. Harris is struck in.
Outside shooting, inside shooting, perimeter defense.
Wade kicks the box. That's the Granger. He dishes it to Bosh. Back to Granger. Kicks to McRoberts. That 3 off the mark.
He slipped into play.
I think that's good work to describe it. Passes looking awfully small to him at the moment.
And puts things in the lead. And that's 10 points. It's in. I think Frank and Steve, we can expect a dramatic end to this one.
Well, it lead changes would have you thinking that would be the case.
Both teams really competing. Neither side giving any ground. This should be a fun finish. I agree with you guys.
Here's the line of 10 points for Chris Bosh.
Those are key baskets. We know he can deliver down the stretch.
doubt about it. Clearly a foul. Nothing to argue about there.
So the first one drops, and that ties the game up. And so maybe hopefully that will give them the lead.
Looking at the numbers for Vucevic, he's got 8 points and he's getting the jump on the glass, too.
You like that? He's doing some really nice work inside. Cole dishes the bunch. To the inside. No good. And Orlando will come the other way. Harris gets to Harris.
We have a foul to give, so get it down before the shot.
Yeah, you really want to try to foul in that situation before he gets into the shooting motion. And it just didn't work out that time.
Harris.
He doesn't hit the first, and that was the one they really wanted. He's got one more, though. No luck that time either. So, guys, it comes down to this.
Time, Kevin, for the stars to shine.
Here's Granger, and goal!
Oh, what a basket at the perfect time.
How about the courage and backbone of this guy? Wow.
And Harris off the drive. Dishes to Harris. Back to Harris. Good ball movement here by the Magic. Holding the goal for 3. Faces one from 3.
Big look. And we'll stop here with the 2.8. No open 3.
Here's Cole. And he gets to go.
Take that shot off with the size difference. It's not an individual matchup he's going to win every time, especially in the post.
Very well done. I didn't think he had any business operating down there with the big help.
Harris outside. Lets it go for the wing. Missed. Regulation is ended and we're heading to overtime. 2K Sports. Back in a moment from the Amway Center. Well, if you love great competition and back-to-back basketball action, this one has been a great one. Overtime number 1. Getting going right now. And it's going to be the Magic off the tip. And always a good ride in these post-regulation battles. This overtime now looking to be an exciting one. All fueled up and ready to go to overtime basketball here, brought to us by Gatorade. Let's check out who's on the floor. And so in the game for the Magic, Oladipo and Harkless at the 2 and the 3. Ryan Vucevic at the power forward and center. And it's Peyton at the 1. Oladipo misses.
Good solid defense on the perimeter. They're challenging the shot and not fouling.
Even the best shooters can be bothered by his defense.
of bounds. The Heat as Miami retains possession.
Yeah, so close to picking that pass off, guys.
At least he got a hand on it. He did what he needed to do to make sure it didn't hit the target.
Well, they're really making a point of keeping the ball moving around.
Yeah, Steve and Kevin, you guys gotta love this teamwork. I mean, everybody's involved and engaged. It's just a thing of beauty to watch.
Yeah, sure is. And when all five guys are threats to score, it makes it so tough on the defense. Because now you can't account for everybody when the ball's moving so quickly.
Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give them 2 chances at the free throw line here.
Yeah, the defender break all over.
Pretty plain and simple. He got him good there.
The first free throw is good. And both free throws good for Fry.
Check out the game for Fry. He has 8 points. He was able to come up with 1 steal, too.
Yeah, he's defending very well, Clark. He's disrupting the offense, playing the passing lanes, trying to put as much pressure on as possible.
Feeds it to Cole. 6 to shoot. Nick Roberts, the pass to Bosch. Cole dishes to Nick Roberts. That's the free fly. That's good. The Heat lead by 1.
Unusual skill set for a big man. A long-range shot gives you such good spacing offensively.
Peyton drives in. And that one's good. And it makes the crowd.
Crucial bucket there. You can hear it in their reaction.
You can feel the energy throughout this run right now. What a huge shot.
Bosch against Vucevic. Bosch takes the goal. And Bosch gets it to go and gets it from Cole. And that's 12 points for Chris Bosch.
They're taking so many shots down there. They're knocking them down. Really good looks in the paint.
No doubt the offensive philosophy today. Pound that thing inside.
Around 2 minutes into overtime now. It's been a good one. Orlando grabs the miss.
Well, those chances were always 2 points for the team. Unless the defense did what it had to do.
Peyton outside. Marcus kicks to Peyton. Unbelievable. Now it's on the key. Misses the tray. Absolutely critical chance right here.
Yeah, they need this one to go their way, Kevin.
6-second difference between shot and game. Outside Bosch. And Cole gets the wing. To the right wing. Here's McRoberts. And that one hits back on. Now here's Hopeless. From downtown. Full time. We'll see you next time.
Alright, so in the next episode, we'll be going up against the Atlanta Hawks. I had a good game so far. I thought I was going to lose at the end, but one of my teammates made a deep three and made it, so I'm grateful for that. But on the next episode, stay tuned for that. That'll be on a Saturday morning. So yeah, man, Saturday, either Saturday morning or the afternoon, whenever I have free time. Yeah, man, I'm just grateful to be a starter, man, and play with the team and go far. I can push myself, know how to push myself when I'm in different solutions, and we are down a lot of points, so we gotta work on that too. But yeah, man, can't wait until that comes so I can beat this whole game, man, because it's really hard to play this game. You gotta know what you're doing, everything. Make plays, get open, pass the ball to your teammates so they can get points. It's just a lot. But if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to leave a like, comment, and subscribe.